All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about how to sound more natural in English. This is all about bridging that gap between sounding correct and sounding, well, like a real person. It's that final piece of the puzzle for true fluency.
You know that feeling, right? You've spent ages studying, you know the grammar inside and out, you've got a great vocabulary, but then you open your mouth to speak and it just sounds a little stiff, a little too formal, almost like you're reading from a script. If you've ever felt that, you're in exactly the right place.
So let's break this down. What does sounding like a textbook even mean? And more importantly, why does it happen to so many of us?
And that's the really frustrating part, isn't it? Because you're doing everything right. Your sentences are spot on, grammatically perfect. But there's still this invisible wall between the English you speak and the casual, easy-flowing English you hear in movies or from native speakers. We're going to find that missing piece today.
Okay, so what's the secret? How do we tear down that wall? Well, the solution is actually way simpler than you'd think. It's like a shortcut that native speakers use all the time, probably without even realizing it.
And it all comes down to this idea of natural expressions. Now, we're not talking about complex idioms or super advanced vocabulary. No, these are the simple, short, everyday words and phrases that get sprinkled into conversations and make everything sound, well, natural. And this, right here, is the big secret. Instead of building out these long, perfect sentences for every little idea, native speakers just reach for these short, efficient, natural expressions. It's a total game changer in how you approach speaking English.
All right, enough with the theory, right? Let's see this in action. I'm going to show you a few really simple switches you can make that will instantly make your English sound more natural.
Let's start with a classic. I am very tired. Is there anything wrong with saying this? Absolutely not. It's 100% correct, but it just screams textbook. So what's the switch?
Boom. I'm exhausted. Can you just feel the difference? It's shorter, it's got more punch, and it's exactly what you'd hear someone say after a crazy long day. That one little word changes everything.
Okay, here's another one you've probably used. Wait a moment. Again, totally correct. People will know exactly what you mean. But we can do better. We can make it sound way more conversational. The switch? Just hold on. It's quick, it's friendly, and you will hear it 1,000,000 times a day in any English-speaking country. It's the perfect example of switching from something that's just correct to something that's truly natural.
All right, last example, and this one's a biggie. We all have to say "I understand" multiple times a day. It's essential. But is there a more natural way to get the same point across? Oh, yeah.
Got it. That's it. Two tiny words that do the exact same job as "I understand," but they do it with this casual, confident energy that just sounds completely fluent. It basically says, yep, information received, let's move on. So, we've seen the problem, we've seen the solution, we've seen the switches. Now, how do you actually start doing this yourself? What's your path forward?
This is the most important thing to remember. This is not about memorizing 1,000 new phrases. It's about spotting these small, tiny opportunities for a natural switch and realizing that all those little changes add up to make a huge difference in how you sound.
So here's your new mission. It's a simple 3-step process. First, just start actively listening for these short expressions when you watch TV or talk to people. Second, really notice the difference between what they say and what you might have said. And third, be brave and make that small switch yourself. And look, remember this. The goal is no longer about being grammatically perfect. You've probably already got that down. The new goal is just to be natural, to communicate in a way that feels easy, comfortable, and authentic.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's a phrase you use all the time that sounds a little textbook? What's the very first natural switch that you're going to make?